Today I want to show you guys how to make lemon syrup. It's actually going to be lemon ginger syrup. So what you're going to need is at least 2 lemons, some ginger, not this much, and you're going to need about 35 or so tablespoons of brown sugar. You can also substitute it for cane sugar, or also known as white granulated sugar, and I'm going to add a little bit of raw honey. Now, if you want, you can actually substitute all the sugar for honey, but to change things up, I'm going to be using sugar and honey. Now, after I rinsed my lemon off, I actually used baking soda also on the lemons. As you can see, it looks like they're more shiny and they won't be as waxy because the baking soda actually removed the wax. And on the bag itself, it actually tells you, which you might not notice because you don't taste it really, but it says that they coat their food grade vegetables with beeswax and or lac raisin or raisin-based wax or raisin to keep it fresh. So when you're making your syrup or your lemon ginger syrup, you're going to want to do that so that it won't take away from the flavor. The next thing I'm going to do is want to have a sharp knife, and after your lemons and ginger is washed, you're going to cut it into very thin pieces, and after you have that, then you're going to have like a 1-to-1 ratio for your sugar, whatever sugar you may use, whether it's brown sugar, raw honey, or granulated white sugar. So I said earlier, I'm going to probably use like 35 tablespoons. If I put that into grams, it's like 15 grams to a tablespoon. So as I was saying, after the sugar, if you use, like I mentioned in the beginning, I think like 35 tablespoons. So 35 tablespoons, if you convert that into grams, it's like about 15 grams to a tablespoon. So that's like 525 grams. So if you want to measure it out, but basically you can eyeball it. If it looks like it's about a 1-to-1 ratio, it should turn out fine. Now what you're going to do after all this is cut up is you're going to put it into a glass jar, which, give me a second, I'll actually show you that when I get to that spot. So when you finish, say you're done slicing your lemon, say you only want to use 1 instead of 2, you got to make sure, it might be hard to see, but inside your lemon you have the seeds, and you want to remove your seeds when you put it into your bowl that you're going to mix before you put it into your jar, because otherwise sometimes the seeds can make it be more tart than you would like, but if you kind of have, preference for the tartness, then by all means you can leave it, but it tastes better with the seeds removed. Now, if you want, you don't have to actually put into a bowl and mix it up, but you can actually put it directly into the jar itself. But if you put it into a bowl and mix it before you put it into the jar, I have the lemon cheeks on my fingers. If you do that, it'll actually be more marinated and mixed. So after your lemon's done, then you probably guessed it, you cut up your ginger. So you want your ginger to also be thin. And what I'm doing is I'm cutting it on an angle, so it's a little easier. See? And when you don't have a lot of room to hold it, just make sure you flip it because you don't want to cut your fingers. Now I'm going to get my tablespoon, put my sugar in. So I mentioned earlier I'm going to put 35 tablespoons roughly. That's 15 right there. What I might do is with the other half, so I'll do 2 more tablespoons of brown sugar, and then I'll put the rest with the raw honey. With raw honey, as you might know, it has a lot of properties that are amazing for your body and very beneficial. It's even used in medicine. Certain types of honey, manuka is one that they use for medical. But it has like a lot of benefits. Off the top of my head, I can think of at least 6 that are health benefits. So as everyone probably already knows, it has a lot of antibacterial, antifungal properties, antioxidants. With the antioxidants, it's shown in research also that it's helped with people who have heart disease, and it also had issues with helping people that for like an anti-cancer preventative. And it's also known to be good for helping with if you have sore throats. It's good for with digestive issues. Okay, so I finished adding my honey. I actually ended up using like 10 heaping scoops of the honey because literally use about half of my, well, not quite half, but maybe about a little, well, close enough to half. And as you can tell, maybe it's like real thick, and that's the way you want it because it's going to end up becoming more like a liquid once it sits. So when you put it into your jar, once it's done, you want to make sure it's filled to the brim. So hopefully this jar isn't too big. If it is, then I'm just going to cut up more lemon and add to it. And what you can do is you want to make sure that the air is like airtight. So you want this to be completely filled with your lemon and ginger all the way up to the brim. And what you, like say you still have space, you can add sugar or more honey just to fill up that space, because when it sits up and becomes more into like a liquid form, it's going to get more stronger. And like I said, you don't want to get air or water in here because then mold can form. But this is something my parents used to do when I was growing up as some of our home remedies, and it actually helps with a whole lot of issues relating to your health. So I'll show you when I finish putting this in here. So as I was saying, the amount that I used for the honey was probably actually closer to like 20 tablespoons because I used heaping spoonfuls of it. And it looks like I actually gauged it pretty good for the size jar. You want to make sure you have a lid that's airtight. You can use the canning jars, or you can use if you even say you're a pickle lover, you can clean it really well with hot water and soap. And once it's clean, let it air dry. Make sure if you have to dry it out manually to make sure, because like I said, you don't want any residue of water in there because that can spoil it and cause mold to get in there. But with this, you can actually use it the way it is, or you can let it get stronger. But we like to let it actually marinate for about 3 days or so. Then you'll probably have to put it into a refrigerator, or if you have a really cold place that it can be stored. And when you store it, every day you want to flip it upside down so that all of the honey, brown sugar, lemon, and ginger continue to be thoroughly marinated. So whatever piece you get out is going to be they'll be all pretty much uniform. Now, as you can see, I still have a little bit of space here. So what I could do is add more sugar to it, or I could add more honey. I'm probably just going to add more of the brown sugar to it. But all it takes is pretty much using having a tablespoon of it a day, or you can even use it in if you like honey in your tea, substitute this in your tea. If you want to, you could also use it just like any old type of syrup. That's about it. As you can see, I got my brim, and I just clean the edge of this off and seal it. Now, if you use the canning jars that are for jam and whatnot, to seal it, you could actually put it in hot water, but we don't want it completely like that type of sealed, because then you probably have a hard time opening it up when you want to, because every day you're probably going to have to check on it, and like I said, if it gets a space in there, it's best to replace it with more sugar. So I hope that from this video that you guys enjoyed it, and if you did, don't forget to hit subscribe, hit the bell for more notifications, comment down below, and to give me a like. And in the comment section, you can also tell me some suggestions of different ideas that you would like to try if you try the syrup on. So I'm curious to find out what foods or drinks you guys would be using the syrup for. Bye. I hope it helps, and I hope you guys continue to take care, stay safe, and stay healthy. Bye.